Before I begin explaining these, let me just make 2 points. Now that's out the way, let's begin. In the UK, there are 3 different halal finance structures: Murabaha, Ijara, and Diminishing Musharakah. Let's start with Murabaha, as it's the easiest one to understand. This is simply where the bank buys the property and then sells the property to you at an agreed upfront profit, and then you buy that property from the bank at an agreed higher price, and then you simply just pay that price back in installments to the bank. Simple enough. Second one, we have Ijara. This is very similar to rent to buy scheme. This is simply where the bank will buy the property, but this time, rather than selling it to you, they will rent the property to you and you pay rent back to the bank. And part of that payment does start to increase your ownership of the property as well. And over time, you'll own 100% of the property and the bank will no longer be in the picture. Third one, we have Diminishing Musharakah. This is basically a partnership between you and the bank. This type of structure does not have any interest or riba at all involved in it. Second thing you need to understand is rental rates. Rental rate is something that works very similar to an interest rate, but this is the rent that you pay to the bank for their share of the property. So simply what you need to understand is whatever this percentage is, you can go to any amortization calculator and work out your mortgage payment using that percentage. It works very similar to a normal conventional mortgage interest rate. Where this differs is in the structure of the deal. I'm going to go on the basis that bank is giving you 80% and you are putting in 20%. I am also going to represent 20% with one box to explain how this structure works. At the start of your agreement, you are going to own 20% and the bank is going to own 80%. Now, over time, you would have made some payments, you would have increased your share of the property. So you may now own 60% after a few years and the bank owns 40%. Yeah, so here you have a 20% ownership, bank has 80% ownership. Here you have 60% ownership and the bank has 40% ownership. What the end of the agreement would look like is something like this, where you have 100% of the ownership, bank has 0% of the ownership, and the bank is no longer in the picture. You own 100%.